STPL.
Hey guys, welcome to the STPL. My name is Kix. It is one of the hottest days of the year and I'm losing my mind, and this week has been a really weird week, so good job we didn't have a stream on Wednesday, because I probably would have said some things that I would very likely regret, because I would have gone way overboard in how angry I was. But here's the STPL format. I will go through a little bit later probably how I'm feeling about the whole situation, which everyone probably knows about, but let's just say I am very angry. And if anyone says anything nice about Rapid, I'm just going to delete your message, because he does not deserve that. He is a pathological liar and a piece of shit. So there we go. Set 1 to 4, lineups are selected in advance, all the games are played at the same time. Set 5 is the ace match, which means any player can play again, and you will have to forgive me if I'm a little bit off today, purely because it's genuinely so friggin' hot. Like, it's over 30 degrees now, I think, still. I finally got a fan, it's next to me. I have no idea if you can hear it on the microphone, but it's awful. I do not deal with heat. Kixes do not deal well in heat whatsoever. I'm not going to have the camera on today either, whatsoever, because there's absolutely no need for me to do it. And that would also mean I would have to, like, actually try and look less shit. And right now I look like shit, so it's all good. We're doing well. Sorry for the swear words if you're just tuning in. I will cut down on the swearing as we go in, because I don't want to swear too much. But let's have a look at the player rankings to start us off with. We are going to have one of the players from the top 10 coming up today. Interestingly, in the top 10, there's actually 3 players that are retired from the STPL for the time being, be it Eon Zerg, Famasi, and Avi, and no one's actually caught up with them yet. The top 10 were very... Oh, Gosuvigi, you need to go and read Team Liquid, like, right now, before you make any form of jokes about Rapid Man. It's not good. Okay, so okay, I'm not going to show my camera, but I'm going to go back to the camera scene. So if you're not sure what's happened with Rapid, and you don't use Twitter probably, there's not a lot of people that do. It turns out for at least the last 6 or 7 years, Rapid has been sexually harassing women. In some cases emotionally abusing them, grooming them to do sexual things with him, and overall just being a complete and utter asshole, being a pathological liar, and breaking many people's trust, and also hurting people. And you say allegedly, but it's beyond a doubt that it's true. It's by far beyond a doubt it's true. People can sit there and say, oh, these people are lying to get clout. Like, honestly, Rapid is a nobody in the grand scheme of things. You are not going to get any form of clout from accusing Rapid of anything. No one cares who he is in the grand scheme of things. Like, he's not even a major caster. And there's been so many different cases that have come out, so many very brave women that have come out to talk against Rapid, that by far it's true. All the stories line up. There's been weird stuff that he said to me that at the time seemed perfectly innocent, and honestly, I had no idea what was going on. But there was something that happened last year that I took his side because it was not extreme awkward flirting in any way, shape, or form. But something happened in Korea last year that Rapid said turned everyone against him, and people were really angry with him, but he'd never tell me what it was. And I can only imagine it's got something to do with this. Apparently, everyone turned against him. He basically tried to blame someone else and said that it was their fault. There's a thread in the StarCraft 2 forums. Yeah, Lucky Noob just did it, but it's basically made me look back almost at all the interactions I had with Rapid, because genuinely he was one of my closest friends in the entire scene, and I trusted him so much because he even stayed at my house. Like, he stayed at my house for a weekend. I spent the entirety of the BlizzCon I went to with him, and that's it. You know, I don't want to talk about this too much because thankfully for me, I was never hurt by him, and I was never put through anything that could ever mentally scar me or anything like that, because he was a perfectly normal person with me. But that doesn't mean he's not a piece of shit. So yeah, that's my stance. I know it's probably not a good idea to come out and start a stream with this, but honestly, I'm just venting how I actually feel. I made a statement on Twitter on the STPL account. If you are interested, I will just link it. Let me just find it 1 second. And you can read my official statement. Well, I say official because it kind of was. But basically, Rapid is going to have nothing to do with me ever again. If he ever tries to contact me, I will tell him where to go. And regardless of if he tries to come out and apologize, this is something you cannot apologize for. It's very likely he's never going to say anything. He'll try and disappear and then go to another game like he did after what happened with League of Legends, which, if you're interested, is linked in that thread, the sexual harassment abuse thread in StarCraft 2. And hopefully he'll never get away with doing it again to anyone else, because it's unforgivable. Like, I don't care how close a friend he was with me. Like, that's the thing, and that's one of the things that really annoys me about the people in that thread specifically, trying to say, well, there's no proof. In sexual harassment cases, in abuse cases, where everything happens usually in a one-on-one setting in real life, it is very hard to ever get evidence. But if more than one person comes out, says very similar stories, different timings, you have to believe, even if one person comes out and says something bad about someone, you have to believe them until proven otherwise. Fair enough, don't create a witch hunt, but you have to give victims the benefit of the doubt. It's already so hard for them to come forward and admit something like that has happened. And to have the bravery to be able to do that is absolutely incredible. And I am so glad, because of those people going through what they did and being brave enough to stand up against him, not only are other people hopefully going to be able to come out with their stories and know that they weren't alone and they weren't suffering alone, but also that everyone like me who stupidly trusted him know better than to ever talk to him again. Now, let's get on with some STPL, because I could probably sit here talking for ages, but honestly, it's so hot. I just want to get the cast done. I want to turn my PC off and just like sit in front of a fan and do absolutely nothing. But let's have a look at the two teams we're going to have. Starting us off here is going to be BuLL. BuLL haven't done too well in this season. They've also got some penalty losses on their name as well. So their score in the end of the season is probably not going to be as high as it is at the moment. But still, they may not have a chance of making it to the playoffs themselves, but they do have a chance of affecting the final standings if they manage to beat iRk here. iRk, arguably the strongest team outside of I nearly said outside of Net Wars. I mean outside of Korea, but Net Wars are a very strong team as well. But essentially, iRk very, very strong. I mean, looking at their roster even here, you've got True Touch, Oya, DeWalt, 3 players who always do incredibly well in iRk always do incredibly well in the STPL. They True Touch, Oya, DeWalt, very, very strong players. DeWalt has more wins than any other player, and yeah, it's pretty crazy. So looking forward to seeing how they're gonna do. And I do need a moderator. Thank you, Lucky Noob, for suggesting yourself. You're always here, so you can be a mod. I trust you. I trust you to take out the trash. But yeah, Jandy, no offense, but I think I saw your post on Team Liquid. I know the position you're in and what you believe, but that is not going to fly here today. Just saying. That's all I'm saying. I don't mean anything bad. I hope you don't hate me, but honestly, if you're calling Rapid a victim here, then you are in the wrong, and I hope you learn from your mistake. But Conan versus True Touch. ZVZ to start us off. We're going to have a TVP up next with Reina versus Oya. We're going to have a PvP, because DeWalt cannot get away from PvP at the moment. And Dark versus Vodi is going to be the... Dark versus Vodi was actually a walkover, so we're not going to have that one. But essentially... we've got 3 good games coming up here. We've got another series after this as well, and looking forward to it. Let's have a look at the 2 players we're going to have. Starting us off is going to be Conan. Now, Conan hasn't played too many games in the STPL so far, but the ones he's played, he's actually done incredibly well in. He's 2 for 1, which is very impressive given the current situation. And overall, he's just a very good player, but the trouble is, you look at how good Conan's been doing. He's won his 2 ZVZs so far, but now he's gone against Zero, he's gone against Hirmu, and now he's basically fighting the final boss of ZVZ in the foreign scene. It's going to be the one, the only True Touch fighting for iRk. Now, True Touch, his ZVZ in the STPL, it hasn't been the best. He's been up against some of the best as well, given his last game was up against Soma, who's arguably the best Zerg player at the moment. I'd say Zero and Soma are very close. But True Touch, very, very good. And Conan is definitely going to be up against it. Now, as 3311 says iRk all kill, as a long-term fan of the Pro League back in the day, the all-kill moniker is unfortunately not right in this in this situation. An all-kill would be in a Winners League format, which I've always wanted to do something with STPL, by the way, but it's so hard to arrange. But it's when one player beats the entire team themselves. That's an all-kill. That's just me being a grammar Nazi, though. It's all good, though. Well, it's not even a grammar thing, is it? That's more a... It's more like when people call Game 5 of the best of 5 in a solo tournament an ace match. It's like, that's not what it is. That's not an ace match. But okay, enough. Okay, let's have a look at the map they're going into. It's going to be Andromeda. Andromeda, a very, very good map. Lots and lots of fun. I've just realized there's one thing I need to do. I can't even remember what his username was. I was going to unmod him, but we'll do that afterwards. Andromeda, a very, very good map. Very, very standard. We've actually had 3 ZVZs here so far. I would say there's actually been a few upsets. Delicato taking down Kamizerg and Dio taking down Cross. That means this is the best map for Conan, the Barbarian, to come out here against True Touch and see if he can get a quick win. And LML, this map is standard, man. This was one of the most standard maps in the map pool at any point. It's so standard. It's so macro orientated as well. You can get 3 bases like immediately. Either way, let's get into the game. It's game number 1. Okay, what week are we in the STPL now? It's week 9, isn't it, I think? Is it week 9? Are we week 9? Yes, we are. Wow, there's only two more weeks left now. We are in a ZVZ. The game has begun, and starting us off in the top left-hand position, fighting for iRk. It's going to be the one, the only. It's True Touch. And sometimes we need to ask ourselves, what would Jaedong do? And hopefully, True Touch will be able to prove it. Weeks of playoffs, it's in the announcement thread, but it's also in the thing. It's 4 weeks. Round 1, quarterfinals, semifinals, and grand finals. I think the dates are going to be moved back a week because essentially I realized, or someone pointed out to me, that there would be 2 days between us finding out the results and us having the playoffs. So there's probably going to be a week break, but that's not too bad. And then during the break between Season 3 and Season 4, we'll have the map-making contests as well. Okay, so in terms of builds here, True Touch is going for a 9 pool into a 9 gas. No Overlord just yet, so he is going to be going for some very quick lings here. Meanwhile, Conan is going for a 12 hatch. Now this could be a big problem. I've seen so many games where True Touch goes for a quick pull against a 12 hatch against someone like Eon Zerg, and he always wins. Or at least he comes very close every time if he doesn't win. And this is going to be rough for Conan to hold on to, but Conan, his pull is just starting up here. The good thing for him is, I was about to say True Touch doesn't know where his opponent is, but they're about to run into each other's overlords. And that means Conan's going to be in some trouble here. Ling's coming out. Now Conan does see this with his overlord, but how is he going to deal with this? There's no spawning pool. There's no sunken. Looks like he's going to get ready to build a sunken in his main immediately. He's going to try and use the hatchery as bait here, I feel. He sees another couple of lings coming out. There's going to be another 2 as well. True Touch is basically going all in with lings here. He's going up to a lair, of course. But this hatchery is forfeit. That's pretty much it. The sunken needs to start immediately. He cancelled his hatchery super quickly, and this means there's no sunken. I think Conan's dead. I think this could be one of the quickest games of STPL history. I feel bad for Conan because he's one of True Touch's fans, and I mean there's a damn good reason for that, but I don't think... Oh my god, Conan with the drill. The drill's so good, but is it going to be enough to hold on? It's so close! Okay, he holds his drone line. He's got some links here. It is 11 drones against 9. The lair is a lot later here for Conan to True Touch. But could he could he hold this? That was a clutch drone drill there on top of the spawning pool. Wow. Okay, I think we're officially past the area that this would be one of the quickest games in STPL history, but look at True Touch's micro. He is so good at this game, it's crazy. Gonna hide the unit pane for a second. Wow, what the hell is up with the creep here? The sunken dying really messed up the creep, what the heck? Wait, what? Okay, that is so weird. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before in a main base. I guess the hatchery when it's morphing must not keep creep unless it's already there maybe, and because the other... I don't know, I'm not going to try and guess. If someone knows, like maybe Freakling is around, he'll probably know this sort of answer. If there's one person that will 100% know it, it's Henrik, who made... he was the one who made STM Draft. I think it's STM Draft, isn't it, the map making thing? Yeah, that has nothing to do with Remastered. It must be to do with the fact that the hatchery is morphing into a lair or something. Thing is, Remastered, Lucky Noob, didn't change the game code at all. They didn't touch the game whatsoever. That was one of the things they announced. But GG. Sorry for kind of not making that as hype as it could have been at the end there, because I was trying to work out what happened. But yeah, the game engine wasn't touched whatsoever. That was one of the things they announced, because they basically didn't want to ruin anything. Now let's go to a quick break, and when we get back, we'll head into game number 2. See you guys soon.
STPL Season 3. Yeah. STPL does. Bio TVP? Wow! No problem. We got dragons to defend. Yeah. STPL does. STPL does. Mass Scout? Oh, I'm so afraid. We got Hydralisk to defend. Yes. STPL. STPL. Fantastic production. Fantastic casters. Fantastic prize pool. Only in STPL.
I'm about to overload my aggression inhibitors. Outstanding. Rock and roll.
Coast 103.5.
Rhine Metal, just before we go back, it's on Team Liquid.
STPL
There's a big fat
Season
Team
3.
Liquid thread, and a lot of it was released through Twitter as well. But let's go back now.
STPL.
So, we're going into game number 2 between BuLL versus iRk. True Touch took us to a very quick 1-0 by taking a win over one of his fans, Conan. And I didn't want to talk about this too much while streaming, but Jendi, this really ain't it, Chief. Like, you don't... This isn't the place to talk about it. If you think TL is biased, I personally think you're wrong, but you're entitled to your opinion. But we probably shouldn't bring this up anymore, because there's no point. But yeah, Reina is fighting for BuLL here. His opponent fighting for iRk is going to be Oya, pictured here with Koga, stolen from the Russian Cyber Games photos. But Oya, Swedish guy, goes out for very long smoke breaks apparently. But really strong Protoss player, so this should be a good TVP. Looking forward to it as we get into our second map. It's going to be Hitchhiker. You've seen it before. Let's get into game number 2. Okay, starting us off here, spawning in the top left-hand corner in the blue, fighting for iRk. It's going to be Oya. And Oya's opponent spawning here in the bottom right-hand corner in the orange is going to be Reina, fighting for BuLL. Okay, we've got Reina going for a wall in. Now against someone like Oya, that isn't necessarily a bad thing. Oya can be an incredibly aggressive player, and as we can see here, he is going for a gas steal. So this is going to be really annoying for Reina. Now the one thing is, we saw someone take a very surprising win against one, I think it was Mighty maybe, on this map? Let me just double check, because someone had enough of Protoss. It was Whip versus Perfume. Whip got gas stole just like this. And then what he did was he was like, okay, I'm just going to build a second barracks and go all in. And he beat Perfume. A really massive upset DM versus Soul that game was. And I wonder if Reina is going to do a similar thing here. Looks like Reina's doing a pretty good job trying to catch this probe. But let's find out if this is going to work. The probe is going to finish the gas. So that is going to be money that Oya is not going to get back. But Reina doesn't even look phased. He's not worried. He's not overreacting. He's not even going for second barracks or anything. He is just going to play this standard. He's probably going to go for a 1 Rax fast expand on the high ground. Unfortunately for Reina, I don't think this is a full wall. So that means Zealots can run in. Back home, we've got Oya going for a second pylon. Gas after Zealot. The Zealot's going to be used to try and pressure that wall here. And there's still no core or anything like that, so nothing too crazy going on. Now it looks like the Zealot is going to start head out onto the map. Reina going to keep his SCV alive in the main base for the time being. Still no core means this first Dragoon is actually going to be quite late here. Just given the fact that everything is going on, looks like a probe is going to be able to get away with some of this gas. Kind of annoying to lose that 8 gas the longer you go into the game. But this Zealot is going to be the main problem. There's actually no Sim City here whatsoever. So this SCV is going to be worth its weight in gold. Now the Marines are going to find it really, really difficult here. Oh no, the probe's going to be able to get a Marine. This is so annoying. 1 kill, look at that. He's even going to be able to get one of these one of these SCVs. Reina really finding it hard given the current situation. And this is why it's so good to go 2 racks. Because when you go 2 racks like this, you don't care about Zealots. You don't care about anything. And as people are pointing out in chat, Reina is up to 600 minerals. He's definitely a little bit flustered. No command center, no gas, and no second barracks. Means Reina, the longer this game goes on, is falling further and further behind. He does manage to take down that first Zealot, but at what cost? The amount of attention being given to this Zealot right now, because if you don't, you die. That's what people don't seem to get about Terran. It's so difficult early game when you've got Zealots in your main, because it's just so easy to die. Zealots do so much damage, SCVs are worthless. And Protoss is OP, because that's what all Terrans believe. Apart from me, I don't really mind Protoss, but yeah, this is rough. Reina unfortunately finding it a little bit difficult to probably micro in the turn rate they're playing on. Oya actually running away with his Zealot, trying to help his Dragoon here. And I mean, Reina does look like he's going to be able to hold on, but at what cost? He's at 700 minerals now. There's still no CC. Give me the regenning health of probes on SCVs and the range as well, and then I'll be happy. There we go. Okay, we do have a bunker now, so that does mean Reina is going to be able to at least expand. One of the Dragoons getting a little bit too close to the bunker. Another one actually going very far in, taking a little bit of health damage here. And look at this, Reina going to jump on this immediately. He knows there's no shield. He knows this is the one opportunity he has to stop this from getting out of hand. But he's lost a lot of SCVs. He still doesn't have a command center. Gas has finally been started, as we can see from the minimap. And the CC is finally going down as well. But now he's going to have to worry about goon range. Now he's going to have to worry about everything that's going on. There's 2 gateways and a nexus. All pumping Dragoons. Oh no, he's not even going to be able to repair the bunker. He doesn't have... Oh, SCVs are so dumb! No, the bunker goes down. And this is going to be rough. Yeah, there we go. Reina taps out. He knows it's done. GG. And Oya takes game number 2. So we'll be back in just a couple of minutes with game number 3.
And people like Kix, for example, who has an encyclopedic knowledge of every map that's ever been released on StarCraft. And
He's the map man! Skibidi on did it did. Skibidi on did it did. Skibidi on did it did. He's the map man! Ba-da-ba-da-ba-dee da ba-ba-da-boop. Ba-ba-ba-da-boop. Bee-da-ba-ba-da-boop. Ba-ba-ba-da-boop. Everybody plays one way or the other, so check out my message to you. As a matter of fact, I don't let nothing hold you back. If Kix can do it, so can you. Gooba-dooba-dooba-dee-da-ba-ba-da-boop, ba-ba-ba-da-boop.
Please don't listen to him for maps.
yeah.
Okay guys, welcome back to the STPL Season 3. We're going to be heading into game number 3 of BuLL versus iRk. We've got ugox fighting for BuLL. And we have the one, the only, the Russian Terminator himself. It's DeWalt. DeWalt is insane. He's rank 4 in the STPL. I think he's got more wins over more games played than any other player. And he's just an absolute boss. He took down Shine in an incredible PvZ last week. And that's amazing. And T45 still asking me to put Camelot in. I do not like Camelot. I'm very sorry. That is probably not going to end up in a tournament anytime soon, at least hosted by me. It's a little bit, like, I don't mind unbalanced maps, but Camelot is just awful for TVP. It's just so bad. It's such a terrible map. But yeah, so there we go. We're going to go into a very good map in Fantasy 2. Fantasy 2 is super cool. 4 different spawns on the map. Top left, Legacy of Char. Top right, Nostalgia. Bottom right, Ride of the Valkyries. And bottom left, Sin, Gamer, Go On. Just overall, it's a really sick map. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this is going to go. It is going to be a PvP. I think ugox is possibly going to have some trouble here against a player as strong as DeWalt. But we've seen some crazy upsets, including DeWalt himself taking down Bag of Builds Mr. Shine. So let's see what's going to happen. And this is a very good map. I did say Legacy of Char. I did say Legacy of Char. That was a very long time ago. That was before I even started following Brood War. But yeah, DeWalt is an absolutely insane player. He may not have the best BSL results compared to someone like Bonneth, but in best of 1 situations in STPL, he is one of the best players out there. He's so good. Now let's get into game number 3. Okay, the game has begun, and starting us off in the bottom right hand corner right of the Valkyries, it's Ugox in the blue. And spawning down here in the bottom left hand corner in the red, fighting for iRk, it's going to be BuLL. And Ghost of Vigi, seeing he's not seen Boneth recently. I think Boneth has got some stuff going on IRL, like work-wise probably, maybe family-wise, given the fact he is a father now, but he is a little bit more inactive at the moment. I'm not sure the exact reasons behind it, it's not my position to know, but he is still okay as far as I'm aware. I don't think it's anything serious, so that's good. I imagine he'll be back and active again for BSL 10 at the very least. This week just feels so weird, man. It's been so hot that my brain has been all over the place, and then with everything that happened, it's just been crazy. But it's nice. I had a break on Wednesday because VT didn't turn up against Net Wars for some reason. Something happened, don't know why no one turned up, but either way, it's really good that I had a day off because it meant I just got to chill out for a while. Okay, Nexus coming in very fast here from Ugox. This is a little bit of a risky play, but when you're against someone as good as BuLL, you have to get an edge somehow. Now, there's two ways you do that against a player better than you. Scan explained this to me once. You can either go all in. No, sorry. He said you either play very greedy, or you try and place... I think it was when you're behind, you either play very greedy or you play very all in. Now, I think in this case, we're going to see Ugox try and play greedy to get a little bit of an edge over BuLL. It's definitely going to be a tough game. But basically, one thing I would say is when you're up against a good player, don't do something you haven't practiced. Because if you do something that you're not good at against a really good player, then you're making the situation worse for yourself. Like, say for example, I mean, I'm going to be honest, I've not played Brood War now for like 7-8 weeks because it's just too hot for me to even think about playing, and also I've been doing other stuff. But like, if I was to go on ladder or something, even me, I'm very bad at this game. Like, I'm not terrible, I'm like normal, I would say. Like, I was B rank when I was playing more active, but like, if I try and do something I've not practiced, I'm not good. Like, it's better to just try and play standard and just see if you can get away with it. You never know, you could get lucky. It's 30 degrees. It was 31 degrees today, by the way. We have, oh my god, we've got a Zealot in the main, 3 kills. We've got a Zealot in the natural, 1 kill, so 5 probes have gone down so far. We've got Zealot on Zealot action. The final Zealot, can he get the final kill? No, he cannot. The other Zealot in the main is going to try and find some damage. And this has given BuLL chance to get his own Nexus up. 30 degrees is not easily bearable in the UK, where every house is built to trap heat because of how cold it gets in winter. That's the problem. And you definitely did not see me in one of those pictures with everyone at the beach. The idea of going to the beach in the sun is absolute hell for me. That is the worst position in the world for me to ever be, in the sun. Yeah, it's 30 degrees outside, and it's also very hot inside, because no UK house, well, most UK houses don't have air conditioning either. Now we've got a probe in the main base, 3 Zealots at the front. Looks like he's not going to go in for an engagement there, doesn't want to risk that too much. We've got 2 gateways for both players, DeWalt going in for goon range very quickly here. We still do not have a Cyber Core coming in from Ugox, so this is a little bit later. He is going to get a Forge as well, meaning some cannons will be able to come up. I don't actually burn. but I don't tan either. It's really weird. Well, I think I tan, but not very much. It's just I'm so pale normally. If I tan, I look normal, rather than rather than a ghost, which is what I usually look like. Like, if you're talking about white people, I am a white man. Like, I am the whitest person in the world in terms of, like, skin color. I am pale as anything. Like, you could, especially when I'm ill, if you put a white sheet up next to me, I look whiter than the white sheet. That's how bad I am. But yeah, it's pretty risky. Looks like DeWalt coming in here. We've got a lot of zealots on both sides, but DeWalt with more, although it looks like the positioning of Ugox is doing pretty well. That was so clutch. Did you guys just see that pylon that Ugox built? That created a wall, so one of the zealots of DeWalt was doing absolutely nothing. That was so good. But looks like we are going to have zealots against dragoons. This is when things start to get a little bit harder. Obviously with good micro, which we know DeWalt does have. The zealots should never really get any damage done. And these zealots are really the last bastion here. We've got dragoons coming in. Range is not done. There is a citadel down, but no Templar Archives. The Templar Archives is actually coming in at the front of the base. This is so risky. Luckily enough, there are going to be cannons. They should be finished. There is 2 already, with the 3rd one about to come up. Yeah, building at the Nat is unbelievably risky. Not only does it have the risk of being sniped, but it also shows your opponent you have DTs coming. Now, how on earth did that zealot die there when none of the probes were anywhere near it? Probes have infinite range. That's it. I'm calling it. Probes are broken. S rank. Probes are S rank. SCVs are B rank or something, I don't know. Like, the extra health doesn't help when you're being attacked while you're building the building you want to build, so... Now, this could just be for a very quick storm. He doesn't necessarily have to go into DTs, but he will do. Now, LML makes a very good point. This position is actually the worst against DTs compared to the other ones, given how wide the entrance to the natural is. But there is a cannon coming up in each mineral line. That should be more than enough to defend against this. Now, are the DTs going to show themselves to the dragoons? Obviously, they won't see them, but you'll see the shimmer. I do wonder if DeWalt is going to be looking here at this exact moment. Unfortunately, we can't check. He's actually going to attack the dragoon. This is really risky. Now, looks like all the dragoons are chasing it. He wants to make sure he can kill this DT. Oh no, don't run into... Oh, the DT's gonna die. Okay. Is he gonna try and go up on the ramp? Yes, he is. He's gonna take the back route. Oh my god, there's no cannon in the back of the natural. This could actually be disaster for DeWalt. This is a really good position for Ugox to be able to get into. Wait, there's another ramp here? I didn't even realize that was where the ramp was. I thought the ramp was here for some reason. Oh, there's an observer now. Okay. This DT shouldn't really do too much. There is a cannon in the main base, of course. He's going to scout the gateway coming up. He may be able to get 1 or 2 probes. But there we go. Not GG. But GG for that DT. So 4 gateways with a citadel going into a Templar Archives, most likely behind this. Observatory is done. Meanwhile, we've got 2 additional gateways, taking him up to 7 gateways on 2 bases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which means we are going to be going all in here. The observatory coming in as well. But of course, with the observers coming out for DeWalt, he's going to be able to scout all of this. Now, DeWalt is going up to 7 gateways himself. 8 gateways, actually. So the gateway count for Ugox is not going to help him. And there was definitely reverse ramps, because this is here. Oh, but you mean when Singame Iguan was made? Very possibly. There may not have been reverse ramps for there. Okay, the observer does get taken down. There is High Templar here. They do have Storm energy. There is Storm announced. Thank you, Hero Man, for the 34-month resub. That's over 2 years, close to 3 years. That means I've been streaming for nearly 3 years now, which is insane. That's kind of crazy. Thank you so much for the support. One of my founders, I have absolutely no idea who my other founders even are, but you're still here. You're still being a boss, and you're well, you're one of the leaders of Rev now. So, moving up on in the world, you know. What was I even streaming 34 months ago? Oh, I was doing Clash for Char back then, wasn't I? Yeah, 2017 I was doing Clash for Char. They were the first tournaments I did that got any form of traction whatsoever. Yeah, season 1 of the STPL after that for 1.5 years. And then season 2 in 15 weeks. Medino popping up in chat as well, saying he's here to remind Kix that he's getting older. I may be getting older, but my birthday isn't until July. It's on July 13th, if anyone's interested. And, yeah, I'm turning 30 this year. I'm entering the Sanju Day. It's going to be great. Oh my god, feedback. Feedback on a High Templar, DeWalt. Who does that? Who does that at all? Yeah, feedback. Pretty good spell. Nice. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit again. Looks like we are going to continue this engagement. Is there enough energy for another feedback? That would be really cool. It is very possible that Best sometimes does that, but I don't actually watch too many pro gamer streams. Now look at DeWalt. Hiding a base. Going full Protoss here. He's actually up at 3 bases already. Going into a 4th base. And we're getting into a very weird position in this this PvP. It's not often you get to see a game like this. Looks like they were both in ally chat, so they need to fix that while they paused it. Now the problem with this base, and the clever thing about this base, is not only is this the most natural place for our man, who are we watching? For our man Ugox to expand to, but it's also, oh, we're gonna get feedback again. Are we gonna get feedback? Yes, we are. It's not worth feedbacking. It's gonna die anyway. Okay. It's also really annoying because essentially if you move your army up there to kill it, all of a sudden your main base is empty and you'll just lose everything. Now, are we going to see a feedback on this High Templar? It's on full energy. Can DeWalt do it? I want to see another feedback. That is what we're going to go for. DeWalt with a 20 supply advantage. Looks like the feedback getting ready. Is he going to be able to do it before the storm comes in? No, he's not, but he does get it before the second one comes out. So that's a massive benefit for this Dark Archon. But what benefit does he get for this? He runs in and takes a load of shield damage. Oh my god, can he actually snipe the Observer? There is one Observer here if he can get it. There's a lot of DTs. The DTs are going to do their job here, but no, it's not going to be enough. Looks like the units are trying to pull back to the cannons, but this is so much damage coming in. We've got probes meanwhile transferring up to the top right hand corner, and this is really good. It also does shield damage as well, I think. It's just damage, flat damage. But looks like the gas is going to be taken down. And with no gas, I mean, this is still a very close engagement. It's 111 supply against 98. Ugox has more probes than his opponent. The shuttle coming out here, going to sit above the Dark Archon just to try and bait out a mind control. Not that that's coming in. Now, I really want to see a mind controller probe. Just because that never happens. Because why would anyone do that? I don't think he's going to do that. Now, looks like we do have a High Templar here. It did get 8 kills. I do apologize for missing that. And that did help his probe lead here. But this is tough. Like, it's so hard to deal with someone like DeWalt. Because he's so strong. He's one of the best players outside of Korea. He went and stayed in Korea for a few months as well, if I remember correctly. I can't remember how long he was there, but he played a really good best of 7 against Kanata. That was really fun for me because it meant I got to see Kanata play for the first time in forever because he doesn't play the damn game anymore. But looks like DeWalt, Ugox is going to push forward. There is going to be a shuttle going up here to the top right. It is 4 Zealots here. They are going to be able to... Oh, this is really good. He's going to be able to get the... he's going to be able to get this base with just those. Looks like he's getting ready to secure a probe in the top left-hand corner. I don't know why he'd be going up here with his army, though, because now his army is going to get caught off guard in the middle of the map. And this could be the move that lost him the game. He's going to lose all of these units. There's going to be no way to hold on to this force. Even if you go onto the high ground, I think you're going to lose everything. And that may have just lost Ugox the game. It was close. It's still close. It's 135 supply against 139. And yes, Ugox is going to take down this base in the top right. That is a lot of cannons that are not units. But this is too big of an army for DeWalt. And look at where Ugox's army are. It's up here in the top right. We're going to have another engagement coming in the middle. There's no High Templar here whatsoever. So this Dark Archon is going to be unable to do anything. Now there is a DT, but there's 2 observers sitting above this. And obviously Archon Splash kills the DTs as well. All of a sudden Ugox is plummeting in supply. All of the probes go down at the 3rd base. And GG. Ugox fought hard, but DeWalt fought even harder. And DeWalt wins the series for BuLL. For iRk, sorry. 4-0. I think it was 4-0. 1 second. Let me just double check my thread, because I completely forgot. Yeah, Dark didn't turn up, so I've already got the walkover. But, let's get ready. There's no camera today, but I'm going to use the camera screen, because I'm a cool guy who hangs out with no camera. It's got my name on the screen, though, so you can kind of tell who I am. It's all well and good. Just adding the win for DeWalt and the win for Vodi as well. The win for Vodi was a walkover, so it means we're going to skip game 4, but it means we're going to get into our second series a little bit quicker. It's going to be Red versus Rev. That should be really, really good. Looking forward to that so much. But let's bring up the results, and then we'll go to a quick break. Okay, iRk with a 4-0 sweep over BuLL. I don't think anyone really thought that wouldn't happen. There were some games that were very, very close. It was really, really good for Vodi to get that walkover, but like DeWalt, I mean, Ugox was doing so well in that game, but unfortunately he just got out-microed by Ugox. Sorry, by DeWalt, man, I'm not doing well with names today. I'm going to go for a quick break, and when we get back, we'll be heading into game series number